Yeah, it's no speakers. It's working.
Okay. Thought we played, to be honest with you, much better than the other night for the bulk of the game. Thought we did some really good things with 17 assists, 23 field goals. Thought we shared the ball. It's the best communication I've heard from the sideline with our team defensively in some time. I was really encouraged by that. I thought they communicated. I thought they had a great spirit about them today. I thought we played hard. I thought we took good care of the ball. I thought that, there were three key junctures in the game. I thought we're up 13 and they closed the half on that run. I thought that was a real key juncture in the game. I thought we started the second half not, shooting too many jump shots, but then we got that corrected pretty quickly. And then we didn't finish the game the last 5 minutes. We're up 4. And you just hate to turn the ball over 3 times and foul 2 jump shooters. We talked about that in the locker room. You want to make them make field goals rather than make free throws. At the end of the day, they had 15 free throws. 8 of them were on us fouling jump shooters. 1 for an M1, 1 on a 3, 1 on a 2, and another on a 2. Those are cardinal sins. Our guys know that. You don't want to do that. You want to challenge the shot and not foul jump shooters. I thought that hurt us. So we had some plays here and there. We just didn't finish some of those plays that we needed to finish. We needed to take a little bit better care of the ball, and we needed to not foul jump shooters. At the end of the day, though, that comprises about 50% of it. The other 50% of it is, I wasn't in here for Coach Altman's press conference, but I've watched them play every game to this juncture. I thought it was the best that they played, and we got to give them a lot of credit. I thought they were efficient. I thought they shared the ball. They had 20 assists on 30 field goals. It's the best I've seen Joseph Young pass the ball. Dylan Brooks was efficient. Ahmad Rory was 6 for 20 from 2 coming into the game. He goes 4 for 8 on 2-point field goals. Dwayne Benjamin was 3 for 18 from 3 coming into the game. He goes 3 for 5 on 3-point field goals. So at the end of the day, I'm not just going to sit up here and say, hey, we played poorly. We did some things that we need to get corrected. We also did some good things. We did some things, I thought, over the bulk of the game that were significantly better than Tuesday night's game in Madison Square Garden. Unfortunately for us, I thought Oregon played really well, and I got to give them a lot of credit for the way that they executed, the way their players stepped up. I thought they had more of their players play their roles at our all-star levels than we did, and you got to give them credit. They made plays at the end of the game. They had guys step up, and I thought they played really, really well. Questions for the players?
Go ahead, guys. For your name.
Yeah, I know you guys had a 13-point first half lead, playing great, it seemed, to that point. That was about 16 minutes in. At that point, how'd you feel things were going, and how surprised are you that they went south, at the end of the half and then they lost?
I mean, they're a good basketball team, and we always talk about when you have 2 good basketball teams playing each other, every team's gonna make a run. And we made our run, and they made their run. And unfortunately, at the end of the game, they made one more run than we did.
Yeah, with everything Coach said about all the positive things you guys did, still it comes out with a loss. But what do you guys do as a group to turn the page, move on, and get ready for the next one and get back in the win column?
Watch film, figure out what we did that was negative and that hurt us on defense side of the ball and offense side of the ball. We correct those. We get on the floor, we get on the court, we practice, do what we got to do to get better and get prepared for our game Wednesday. That's really all we can do. But I mean, we understand, it's a long season, but we're gonna try to find ways to correct ourselves and get prepared for the next game.
You guys have had some trouble at times during stretches of seasons in the past couple of years. What have you learned from that you can take forward? And you got some new guys who haven't been a part of this. What can you do as a leader of the team to make sure that the guys continue to stay on the right page?
Just making sure everyone's all in. There's no one that deviates from what we plan to do this year. And I mean, to understand that there's things that happened in the past, but we gotta understand that we all gotta be all in this year and play as hard as we can and figure things out.
And how does it change the dynamic to have Aaron playing at the small forward position?
He's not all year, so it's nothing different.
For either player, I know Coach said there's a lot of positives to take out of this, but in some ways, is this loss a little more frustrating than the other 2?
We all hate to lose, so just gonna come out, watch the film, see what we get better at.
Ray, they've seen 57 points from you in 2 games. I know you're not about the numbers and all that, but to have that kind of game here, you look pretty keyed up and all that. I mean, this was a big one for you, wasn't it?
I mean, I just want to come out with a win. I think my team want to do the same thing, and as coach, I mean, we got to play better, see what we get better at. Just, my job is to stay aggressive and try to find my teammates, and I'm just going to keep doing it.
Anything else for Nana or Ray?
Ray, you were 5 to 7 tonight from 3-point. What was it tonight? Were you just feeling it?
My teammates did a great job finding me, first of all, and wide open ones, and just hit a couple tough ones, and I mean, just went in.
All right, we'll let these two go. We'll continue with Coach.
Questions?
John, how do you explain 40 to 20 points in the paint, their advantage? You just look at the rosters, you guys are taller, and then it goes that way.
That has nothing to do with it. They drove the ball. You can get to the ball to paint different ways, Steve. I think all of us would rather have size than not have size, quiz most coaches. But I think, the most difficult thing to guard in basketball is dribble penetration, and they did that well tonight. That's how the ball got to the paint.
What's it going to take to keep Aaron going again?
I don't know. Just stay with it. I thought he did some good things tonight. I thought he was really good defensively. Really good defensively. He fouled the one jump shooter, goosenecked him a little bit, but all in all, I thought he defensively was really locked in. Thought he did a great job with that. Thought he gave great effort. Was tough. He had the one fall for him. We're just going to encourage him as long as he takes good ones. And tonight, I thought he took good ones. He had some good drives that didn't go for him, where he got the ball right to the basket. I thought he was on balance. They just didn't fall for him. We're just going to continue to encourage him to do what he does. I mean, he's a good shooter. I think it was Bill Parcells one time that said water will always find its level. Right now his shooting's below that water level, and but I'm confident that it'll get back up to that water level as long as he's taking good ones.
You made the change. You talked about Aaron's, what he did. What did you see from Kendrick? And did you see what you wanted to see in making that change?
We'll see. I'll watch the film. I thought Kendrick did some good things on offense, had good spirit defensively. I think he would tell you he'd like to have a few of those plays back. I thought Cosby was really good defensively. I thought, I don't know, we'll see. We need both of them to play well. We need both of them to kind of be a two-headed monster at that position or the positions that they play, Marcus.
You got some guys who were part of that last year when you guys were so good defensively, and it seems like the past couple games, those guys who were part of that, haven't been really good defensively. Is there something going on there? Can you explain that?
Well, I think today part of it is we've got to be better at guarding the ball, not fouling shooters, They get 8 for 8 on those. I mean, that's 8 points. That's significant. You can't foul jump shooter. I don't know if I've been a part of a game where I've coached a team that's fouled them 4 times, 1 or maybe 2, but 4. I mean, I hate to give them those points, and they took advantage of them, and I'm not saying they weren't fouls either. We fouled them. We got to be smarter than that, so that we got to clean that up. And then I thought our some of our turnovers led to some opportunities for them late in the game. That stretch there where, we had a naked ball screen getting ready to get set at the top of the key with Ahmad coming off naked, and Mav and Ahmad don't connect on it and get an illegal screen. Ray gets the big steal. They're running him down. Give that kid credit. He wolfed on the play, and he got it. And, Ray didn't see it coming. We're all trying to yell at him. The crowd's into the game, and the kid steals the ball. So we had a couple like that, where we just, just a play or 2 here or there. But give them credit. I mean, they finished plays at the end of the game, and we didn't finish as many as they did.
Did you stick with Kaz at the end for his defense?
Oh, no question. I thought he was really good defensively. He's been great defensively. His field goal D when he's in the game is off the charts.
Exactly.
You mentioned how heavily you guys leaned on Ray last year for the scoring load.
Sure.
I mean, is that kind of reappearing this year?
Well, I mean, obviously, tonight he was dynamic. I mean, he was terrific. I didn't think he settled. I thought he made a couple deep ones there when he was in a groove. He got off to a good start. I think getting to the free throw line, sometimes when you're a scorer, you see the ball go through 2, 3, 4 times like it did. I think that kind of helped him get going. I thought he was really aggressive. Obviously we need more balance with our scoring. But that could have happened tonight. We just didn't shoot the ball particularly well, and I thought we start the second half, I was a little upset with them because we settled for jumpers. Now, I'm not saying those aren't ones that can't be made. I mean, Nana took a 15-footer, was wide open, and missed it. And, you know, I thought Hill settled tonight a little bit too much for jumpers. Now, you can say, well, wasn't he making those on Tuesday night? Well, he did, you know, a couple of them. You know, some of them just didn't fall. But this game has nothing to do with the offense. You had 17 assists, the ball moved, I mean, that ball energy. You know, they absolutely annihilated us at the other end of the floor. 77 points, 47% from the field, 40+% from three. You know, I thought they were terrific. And then they had guys who, up to this point through 8 games, I don't coach them every day. I didn't recruit them. It's like with Cosby. I had a question about Cosby, you know. You look at Cosby's stats, he's a much better shooter than what his stats indicate at this point. So maybe Dana feels that way about his guys, but you know, one guy was 3 for 18 from 3 and buries 3 today, and another guy was 6 for 20 on 2s and goes 4 for 8 on 2s. Good job. You got to tip your hat to them at some point. Like, they made some plays. You know, we just got to focus on the ones that we can control and get a little bit better there. You know, and again, I think the ones that stand out to me without watching the film are fouling the jump shooters.
John, obviously you have expectations coming into this season, and 3 losses doesn't change all of that, but you might start seeing trends. What concerns you
Defending.
the most?
Yeah, we got to defend better.
Dribble penetration in all 3 losses has kind of been an issue with being able to get in the
It has. I'd agree with that.
I mean, is that something you have to adjust the scheme with, or is it just?
I think it's probably a little bit of both. You know, maybe a little bit, but I'll be honest with you, we're set up to get that done that way with our schemes. And guys got to get the job done. You know, there's no help on a straight line drive. You got to man up and keep the ball in front.
Not much sense talking about this game, you know, after, okay, you don't have them all season, but you missed Tracy in this game, didn't you?
We always miss Trace. I mean, but, you know, Trace has got a little bit different role this year. We have no excuses. I mean, you know, we have who we have, and it's our job to figure it out. You know, we've got enough in there to be competitive. We had enough in there today to win this game, and we just didn't, you know, we didn't get it done, and give them credit, they did. I thought they played really well.
Coach, obviously you have the big game next Saturday with Missouri and St. Louis, but how big will it be for you guys to get a game in between against Hampton?
Well, that's our focus. We got to play better on Wednesday. We got to defend better. You know, we'll look at, like Nana said, we'll take a look at a couple things and see how we can get better between now and Wednesday. And then, you know, we've got to play on Wednesday and be ready to go on Wednesday. We take it one game at a time.
Can you talk about the same question I asked Nana, the dynamic changing, having Aaron at the small forward position?
Same answer that Nana gave you. We've done that all year.
Do you think it's more effective as a team to have him at the 3 and not the 2?
Haven't noticed much of a difference there, Rob, honestly, on films and, you know, statistics with certain groups in and different. Not much, very negligible difference there, if any. Thanks, guys.